Is the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game dying? My name is Ben from Full Moon Games and Footer's Pizza located in Terre Haute, Indiana, and today I'm going to be talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, kind of piggybacking off of Frank's Hobbies videos. He shouted me out in his last video, so I'm going to shout him out in this video. Go check out Frank's Hobbies. His videos are very enlightening. You can learn a lot of stuff. He talks about various different things, like the profit you can make off of crappy Yu-Gi-Oh booster boxes when people don't want them. He kind of piggybacked off of one of my videos where I talked about how you can make money off of like the crappy products, making money that people don't think are good at the time, but at the time of you buying them, you know in your heart that in the future it's going to be good. Eventually it will be good to people in the future. They will look back on these sets and say, dang, I wish I would have bought that set. And they'll buy the set. And slowly but surely, these products might go up in value if more and more people get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is starting to do more rarities. They're starting to do serialized. They're starting to do extended art cards, very, very good art, starlights and stuff like that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is upping their game. Not only that, they have changed what they're doing for tournaments. They're doing winner packs similar to One Piece. They're also doing new ultimate OTS packs like the original ones. So that's one thing to look forward to. I'm going to go get those real quick. Let's pause. I'll be right back. And I'm back. As you can see, they are doing these ultimate tournament packs now. These are pretty sick. So you get these ultimate tournament packs for joining the tournaments every week. So that's one positive thing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is doing. They're upping their tournament packs. They're upping the rarities. They're upping how many like hits you can get in each like case of OTS packs. I guess they're UTP OTS. I don't know what they're called now. I guess they're still OTS packs, but they're just the ultimate tournament packs instead of official tournament store packs. But they just emailed me about the winner packs, so they're going to send us the winner packs. So that's going to be exciting to do for Yu-Gi-Oh! They're finally changing things up. They're trying to listen to the customers, listen to the consumers, listen to the people trying to collect the card games like Pokemon, Magic, One Piece, Lorcana, Star Wars, Gundam, Riftbound, Yu-Gi-Oh! All of these different card games are trying to stand the test of time. They're trying to last. They're trying to make sure that they don't die. All these new card games have really increased like Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh's ideas. It's increased like them trying to ensure that they stay the top dogs in the card game world. While Pokemon and Magic have definitely held their ground very strong, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been slowly kind of dwindling because their lack of pricing. I don't know. I don't know if they will ever change their pricing. If they do, if they start allowing store credit pricing, if they start allowing cash tournament pricing, that would increase so many people joining back into the game. If people can win money playing this card game, people can win money playing Yu-Gi-Oh! They will play it again. They don't want a blender for winning the tournament. They don't want to go to a place, drive all the way to Indianapolis, a 2,000 person tournament, and then they win. They win for the third time in a row, and they got their third air fryer in a row. Like, who wants an air fryer for winning? Or whatever else they give. They give prize cards that are worth a lot, but other than that, they do like some weird pricing. I don't know. They should just start doing cash pricing, store credit pricing. They would increase their tournament numbers worldwide probably. Just start doing store credit and cash prizes. Do more things that are like for local game stores similar to Pokemon and Magic. Just copy and paste that. Start giving us banners and big cards. Start giving stores big cards to put up on the wall. Start giving stores these things right here. Let me get one. Give us one of these with Joey or Kaiba, give us one of these with Slifer, the Winged Dragon Raw, or Obelisk, or something like that. That would be insane. How many stores would be so happy with that? Give us a new Surging Sparks totem pole because you just made me destroy that for the video. Konami, email me at sellmecardsfmg@gmail.com so that you can replace that, because you're the reason why it just broke. I'm very, very disappointed in you, Konami. Anyways, do you think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dying? I do not. I see them adapting, trying to overcome obstacles, trying to ensure that more and more players join back into the game. They're doing serialized, extended arts, a bunch of other new things. They're basically doing like fucking master sets like Magic the Gathering has been doing. All these rarity collections and quarter century collections. They're copy and pasting Magic the Gathering's collector booster just into their smaller boosters with a different twist to them. So it's wild to see that everybody except for Pokemon has done basically collector boosters now, because Disney and Star Wars, next thing you know, we'll have Gundam, One Piece, and Riftbound, and all these Bandai card games doing collector booster boxes and stuff like that. Who knows what's going to happen? I got the random hiccups out of nowhere, but it's gone. I don't know. I see our Yu-Gi-Oh! Players coming back from years ago. We're starting to do Genesis format in store. We're starting to do more tournaments. We've been doing like free tournaments just to get our players back into the shop. Free tournaments with free prizing and freeze packs. Every person that enters gets a promo pack, and it's free, and you get free prizing at the end. That's pretty good. If you ask me, we're trying to get more and more Yu-Gi-Oh! Players in here every Wednesday and every Sunday. Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday is regular format, and Sunday is Genesis format. And we got various other card games every other day of the week. I don't know. Seems like Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been putting their gas to the pedal on trying to save their card game. They've been print to demand ever since the creation, pretty much. If I order 1,000 boxes of the next set, well, except for this next set coming out, or the specialty set that's coming out soon, they allocated that. But anything other than that, that's the first time they've done allocations for Yu-Gi-Oh! Now that I think of it. Other than like maybe 10s over the years. They've done allocations on 10s sometimes. But other than that, everything else is print to demand. So like all these sets coming out, these stores are ordering 2,000 boxes because they hope that it'll be the one set that's really good. But then it turns out it's not the set that's really good. And they make the box go $10, $20, $30, $40 below cost on TCG Player because they're just trying to get a little bit of their money back on TCG Player because they ordered too much, just like they did for the previous set and the previous set and the previous set. But then they get that one good set. That one good set saves them. They get $10 profit at the end of the day for the one good set. Konami, if you're listening, start allocating people. That's really all you have to do. Stop giving stores everything they ask for. If the demand increases and the supply slightly decreases, or the supply is slightly throttled for sets going forward, it will be good for the ecosystem of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you continue to print to demand every standard set coming out and make sure that booster boxes are below cost on TCG Player every single set that comes out, it just makes stores not want to buy your product. If there's 30 sets in a row where you buy it from distribution at 60 and above, and they're below $50 and they're like $30 or $20 on TCG Player, why would a store continue to buy that product? Why would a store buy that? Because If it's below that price on TCG Player, and all these Yu-Gi-Oh players come in and they're expecting us to match TCG Player, which would be us losing money, which we don't do. We don't match below our cost. We can go as low as like $70 a box is like our, or 65 might be our bare minimum for like regular boxes. But anything other than that, like for legendary duelist sets, I think our minimum is like 50 or 40 for those. But like standard sets, most of them come out and you just lose money on them. But we've been continuing to buy every single Yu-Gi-Oh set for over a decade now. Literally over a decade. Every single set. We have almost every set in stock. Just chilling. Just chilling, because unfortunately it doesn't sell very well when every other set coming out is a better set. The next set's the best set. Next set, best set. People aren't going to want the previous sets because the next set's the best set, and that's the new meta. If Yu-Gi-Oh's meta is like that for every single set coming out, every set in the past just continues to suck and suck and suck. Unless you add the collectibility factor, which you finally figured that out. You finally put extended art cards. You finally put serialized cards. You finally started to realize if the product sucks and there's no collectibility in the cards, if the Starlight card in the set eventually becomes a crappy card, that set becomes dead in the water. That set just dies. Nobody wants that set because the Starlight, the best hit you could ever get, is a $40 hit, and it's one in a case or something. Or I don't know the numbers on that. I don't remember what it was, but it's actually probably worse than that. I don't know the numbers on Starlight hits. I need to look that up actually, but either way, it's abysmal. If you're trying to collect stuff, you need to do like anime art, you need to do full art, you need to do something with Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician, really cool looking realistic arts, kind of like Pokemon. Maybe you should start doing illustration rare Yu-Gi-Oh cards where it's just the art and the text. You just memorize the text. It's Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Full art. Illustration rare, just like Pokemon. Just like Magic the Gathering borderless cards. You can do textless rewards borderless cards like Magic does. You can do all these things to increase the value of the booster boxes over time. Because if there's no collectability in the booster box, what's the point in holding the booster box over time? If you can only pull the products that are good at the time of the product coming out, and there's no good cards in that in 2 years down the line, what's the point of buying that box in the past? You are destroying these local game stores. You're just destroying them. Their profits are zero because of all of these Yu-Gi-Oh sets, ruining their card game store. If they can't sell the product, they're just sitting on money. And if they're sitting on dead money, they're not going to keep ordering Yu-Gi-Oh. I continue to order Yu-Gi-Oh because I fully believe that they will turn it around. They will figure out what they need to do to ensure that their company doesn't die, to ensure that they get more investors and collectors and people into the card game and people playing the card game. Make it simpler. Make a simpler, a simpler format, one that doesn't include reading a paragraph every card. I don't know what you got to do or how you got to do it, but I don't know about speed duels or whatever else you got to do, but you need to simplify Yu-Gi-Oh somehow. It's over complicated for new people to get in. You got to get younger kids into card games. And if the card game is way too complicated for an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old to play, or a 10-year-old, then it's just hard. Like if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh, or if you look at Pokemon and Lorcana, those are the 2 easiest card games to learn to play. They are the 2 easiest card games to learn to play, and they both target younger audiences. I see that Yu-Gi-Oh kind of does target a an older audience, and so does Magic, but they both are also trying to get younger generations into the card games as well. So they really need to adjust what they're doing to ensure that they can like get younger generations and people collecting it, or maybe playing it if it's much easier to learn and play and teach and stuff like that. I don't know. What do you all think about the Yu-Gi-Oh market? Was this video even good? I feel like it was bad. Every time I'm talking, while I'm talking, I'm thinking in my head like negative things like, dang, I wish I would talk about this or talk about that. Anyways, I don't know. Can't be negative in life. You got to be positive as you can be. Because if you're not positive, what's the point? You only live once. This life is short. You got to live life to the fullest. That's why I make these videos. I like talking about stuff that I like, and frankly, there's not that many people who want to talk about 20 different card games than people on YouTube that are watching. I don't know. I started making these videos because I don't know. I like watching videos like this. I like watching talking videos, people talking about card games, people talking about Lorcana, One Piece, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, all these different card games. I watch pretty much all these game stores, and I watch Alpha Investments and Cardinal Gaming and all these other podcasts, Off the Center podcasts with Cardinal Gaming and all them. Just stuff that I enjoy. I just decided might as well, instead of being the consumer, I can be the creator. I can start talking about stuff that I enjoy, and maybe people will like hearing about the stuff, learning about the stuff that I know. If knowledge is power, and that's why you're here, that's the whole point. I'm trying to help people get into my mind and like think the way that I think, and like I don't know, like when I watch videos that are like talking videos, what I'm listening for is one speck of information that'll make my game store better, one speck of information that'll change my outlook on things, like change my outlook. Like Alpha Investments, he changed my outlook on long-term investing in card games. His persistency, consistency, never giving up. Like various other people are like that. There's various other people that do things like this that just prove that consistency, persistency, and being obsessed is exactly what you need to do to get successful. And I guess this card game world, at least, probably everything else. I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling on about random stuff. I don't know. I might cut some of this out, but maybe not. Probably not. Why would I cut some of this out? Then it wouldn't be genuine. If it's not genuine, what's the point? If I'm not being myself, what's the point? Why would you be fake for the internet? I don't know. Anyways, if you want to buy any of this stuff, we got millions and millions and millions and millions of Magic the Gathering cards on our website, fullmoongames.com. I'm putting cards on every single day. We got millions of One Piece and Pokemon and Lorcana and Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well. We also have many other things. If you would like to buy cards from us, check it out. Or sealed product, or dice, or deck boxes, or sleeves, anything of that sort, you can do on our website. You can sell us cards at fullmoongames.com/buylist, or sellmecardsfmg@gmail.com. That's it, I think. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.